Hi everyone, I'm Danielle with Trinity Readings. We are going to do the Cancer Weekly Tarotscope. This will be for December 15th through the 22nd. Alright, let's get you some oracle cards. I'm going to see what the strongest energy around you is. And any messages you need to hear, and then we'll get into your tarot. What was the fucking reading I just did? Taurus. Was it Taurus? Taurus, Cancer. No, Gemini. You might be connecting with a Gemini. This is the South Node card. So this is being stuck in it's just a feeling of being stuck. It's being stuck in an old pattern, an old routine, but it's something that is keeping you from moving forward on a positive path, because your North Node in your astrology chart is your path forward for your ultimate abundance, the path that's going to give you the ultimate fulfillment, the ultimate happiness. But your South Node is like your past life karma, and so it's the energy and perception that you come into this lifetime with. And so it is kind of it's karmic lessons that we need to deal with. It's perceptions that we need to change. But until we kind of work through those and change our perception, we're gonna feel like we're continuously stuck, or repeating the same negative patterns in our life, connecting the same types of relationships, feeling stuck in a job that you're not happy in. So it's important for you to take note right now what it is that is holding you back. You see how this dragon is, how it's like it's biting its tail. As hard as it is for us to hear sometimes, you are the one limiting yourself. And I know that's hard to hear. I hate when people tell me that I'm wrong. So and sometimes it's just a matter of a perception change, or being willing to let something go, that has just been a very heavy energy. If you do know anything about astrology chart, if you have your birth chart, if you know what your North and South Node is, take some time to kind of look into that. If you know what your North Node placement is, you can Google it and it will tell you what your South Node will be, what your karma is going to be, what energies that you're here to kind of work through. And it gives you ideas of how you can step away from that energy and onto your path forward. For example, my South Node is in Taurus, which means that in my past life, I was very focused on my physical world. I was very, I had a lot of abundance. I lived in kind of luxury, and so that makes my North Node in Scorpio. And so in this lifetime, I'm supposed to let go of control and trust in the unknown, which really is hard. But when you know what that is, when you're aware of that, it kind of helps you see patterns that you might hold on to that kind of keep you from having that ultimate fulfillment. Yeah, let's see what else you have. You have hedgehog love. You have, oh, this is a very protective energy. I feel like it's possible that you have this wall around you. You have this very protective energy. You don't really let yourself be vulnerable. Um, it might even kind of present itself as kind of like an insecurity. Um, you might be very harsh on yourself. You might be very critical of your appearance. Um, you might be really shy when it comes to connecting to new people. Um, you might really struggle with opening up to people. And it might not even be something that you're completely aware of, but I do feel that there's a big shift that you're going through right now. Some of you might be wanting to leave behind a very toxic relationship that you've been in, or some of you might have already stepped out of a very heavy relationship and you're just struggling kind of connecting to that new energy, connecting to new people. Um, but I think you're stepping into something new, like you're entering some kind of unknown territory, some kind of foreign territory. You might be putting yourself out there on the dating scene, and it's almost like this insecurity might be triggered in you. Um, you might even, you know, you might even start to notice that you have a little bit of fear that you're going to be in the same types of relationships that you were in the past. But there's a real need to step out of your comfort zone. You might even have somebody from your past coming back and wanting to reconnect with you. And your instant reaction might be to go back to that because there's comfort there, that there is that level of comfort, there is that security, because this is somebody that you're familiar with, this is somebody who knows you. But it's important to understand that it might be more out of a um, more out of a fear of kind of stepping into something new. You might have insecurities in yourself that you don't even realize. But I do want to say with this hedgehog love that you are connecting um, to maybe a new person, to new people. Um, these people might even really have genuine interest in you, really have genuine respect for you. If it's a new person that you're connecting with, um, this person probably has a very genuine attraction for you. Um, but you might be in this place where you're so critical of yourself that you're not even seeing it. That you're kind of closing yourself off and you don't even realize it. Um, and so again, there might be like a tendency this week to go back to an old negative mindset, to kind of want to like ball up in your shell, because you're experiencing something new, and there might be just that hesitancy in taking that step forward. But it's important to recognize those past energies that kept you in a very heavy place, and be willing to kind of let that go and do what you can to kind of bring changes in and make something new. This is also a message that you're protected in taking in making new changes. So don't feel hesitant if you're stepping into something new, because you have a lot of protection around you, whether you realize it or not. And again, I feel that um, I feel like people have a lot more admiration and love for you and adoration than you realize. Oh, that was a lot. I'm sorry. Okay. Um, yeah, let's get into your tarot and see what else comes up. I think this came up in another reading we tend to stay in difficult situations because there's comfort there, and we think that if we continue to do what we have to do to adjust to the negative circumstances, that eventually this negative circumstance will be, we can make it better, but you're staying in a heavy energy out of comfort, it's still negative, it's still bad, and so you're better off kind of ripping the Band-Aid off sometimes and trying something new. I know that's easier said than done, but all right, let's see what your energy coming into the week is. You have the Star card. Oh, I love that. So you're feeling very hopeful. You're feeling very optimistic. You do maybe have a new dream for yourself, a new desire for yourself. You have the Four of Swords also. That's somebody who's gone through a great deal of healing. It's a very, very healing energy. You might have kind of taken some time for yourself, taken a retreat for yourself, even worked on, heart chakra, even worked on like healing some kind of old pain. You might also have a connection to somebody that's giving you a lot of hope. There might be a lot of distance between you and this person, but you still feel a very positive connection to this person. You're still holding on to hope. You do have the Seven of Cups. So I do feel you've been able to reach this level of peace within yourself, like renewed hope, renewed optimism. With the Seven of Cups, like you're still just unsure about, what to do next, what path to take to move forward. So when you're alone, when you're in your little comfort zone, when you're in that little happy bubble, you feel good. But when it comes to kind of stepping out into new territory, there is a little bit of discomfort there. Give me one more on the Seven of Cups. You have the Seven of Swords. Yeah, I think you're definitely wanting to move forward on a new path, period. You're wanting whatever this this thing that you're very hopeful about, this desire that you're very optimistic about. Again, like you're very comfortable in this when there's nothing else going on around you. But when it comes to actually completely trusting in it, completely taking that leap of faith, or even taking some kind of action towards it, or just fully trusting in it, you're really struggling with that. You really are having an issue with whether or not you can trust or what step you need to take to move forward. Give me one more on this Four of Swords. Yeah, you've done a lot of healing. You've gone through a lot of difficulties. You've overcome something very difficult. You might even there might even be some kind of conversation maybe that you're wanting to have with another person, but you are kind of like avoiding conflict. You are leery about opening up to something with another person because you don't want to rock the boat. But for the most part, I feel like you're just very protective of your heart right now. You're very protective of your energy. Let's see what's coming towards you this week. You have the Ten of Cups, which is emotional fulfillment. You have that soulmate connection. You have the Eight of Pentacles. And you have I think you're just putting this focus on yourself. Um, the Ten of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles is that's somebody who's really working on their own emotional fulfillment, their own emotional contentment. You have the Queen of Wands, which is somebody who is focused on following her passion. Again, her own healing. Let me see what this Ten of Cups is. I do feel as far as your love life goes, even if you have somebody that you feel this really strong connection to, you see a really positive future with this person, for some reason it's almost like you feel that this is still out of reach for you. You feel like you still have work to do. You are trying to still kind of gain this confidence within yourself. Yeah, there's something holding you back from this. Because I think you see this with this Ten of Cups. This is somebody you're already connected to. But it seems very far away. What does the devil represent? Yeah, okay, yeah. I feel like overall you are trying to move into a new space for yourself. You might have a new connection to someone who you see a very strong future with, or that might be your desire, your goal, to have this soulmate connection. I do feel that you've been doing this work to leave something heavy from your past behind. But it's like that energy is still lingering. It's like this person from your past, like that energy is still lingering. Um, and so I feel like you're wanting to take this leap of faith. You're wanting to make some sort of change. You're wanting to move towards something new. You're wanting to manifest a relationship even. Um, but it's something that still seems so out of reach for you. But there is a need to kind of take a moment and pause and continue to put work into your confidence, get that balance, get that balance restored back in your life. There's a connection to somebody. um there's some kind of connection. It's like, even though I feel like if you are in a relationship, in a long-term relationship, if you're still in this connection, it's become this, you've That's exactly what came out in the beginning. You've done all this work to heal in yourself, to, um, make the changes to be more optimistic, to be more hopeful. You've done all this work, and the situation, the connection is still negative because it. And you don't. You're leery about, you know, opening up in this connection to try to, all this healing you've done, all this work you've done, you want to bring that new energy into this connection, but you're fearful or leery about opening up because you don't want to rock the boat with this person, because there tends to be a lot of conflict between you and this person. So you are holding yourself back, feeling like, okay, maybe I just need more confidence. Maybe I just need to do this. Maybe it's at some point, it's like you're changing, but the other person is not. Um, Now, this is for those of you who have been in a very long-term connection. For some of you, I think that you have ended a toxic relationship in the recent past, but there's something about this person's presence that still lingers. Even if this is somebody you have no contact with, they brought such pain and such conflict in your life. It was such a struggle for you to overcome this. It's like I don't think that you even realize the effect that it had on your confidence level. And you've worked so hard to get yourself to this certain space. And it's like any kind of step out into something new, or any thought of stepping into a new relationship kind of triggers this past energy. So I feel overall it's just important for you to continue to kind of work on that confidence and kind of look at the patterns that are repeating themselves in your life right now, the things that are kind of triggering any kind of negative emotion in you. Give me more, please. Yeah, you do have the Nine of Cups here, so that is about wish fulfillment. It is about kind of an awakening. It's opening up to something new. I think you've gotten yourself into this good place. You're looking towards moving forward, but again, it's like when you start to take those steps forward, it's like something kind of triggers you, to kind of get in your head a little bit. Baby steps. That's what's important. Um, don't try to hurry up and make these certain decisions. Again, look at what's triggering you, but start looking at what it is that you want. What type of relationship do you want? What do you see a true loving relationship as? Um, Let me get a little bit more. You have a tendency in relationships to give your power away, and you don't realize it. You work on getting yourself in this confident place. You work on, like I said, like adjusting yourself. You work on healing your emotions, getting yourself centered, getting yourself grounded. But then when you step into a relationship or when you engage in an emotional connection with another person, you're repeating the same pattern that you've been in the toxic relationships in the past. It might be that but this pattern is giving away your power. Give me one. What is this pattern? Sorry. You might hold yourself back a lot more than you realize. You might be very guarded more than you realize. You might, yeah, it's some kind of pattern that you get yourself into. Um, that you're very closed off and you're very defensive and you don't even realize it. That, um, and it might not even be something that you're doing. It might be something that somebody you're connecting with, a new person you're connecting with, is triggering, like a past thing. It's making you're worried that it's going to be a repeat of the past. You're really struggling with either trusting new people or trusting yourself. Again, you might have this insecurity in yourself, and so you put these walls up that you don't even realize that you put up, or you assume that people aren't seeing you in that way. Um, you might even hold yourself back and kind of want to see if somebody's going to fight for you. Um, you might not put yourself out there because you feel that people are supposed to come to you. And in that you might not realize that you're putting up more of a wall. Any other guidance on this? It's more of a thought process than anything. It's more of trying to be more optimistic, of seeing things in a positive way, of having that confidence in yourself. Um, it's possible even too that a lot of you take a lot of responsibility for things that have gone wrong in past relationships, and it wasn't you. Um, so I feel overall, just kind of give yourself time this week, but pay attention to that, when you go back, when you go into kind of a negative mind space, when you get into that place of questioning yourself, when you get into that place of fear, like pay attention to any kind of repeated patterns that are coming back, repeated thoughts that are coming back, and just work on letting that go. And again, I do genuinely feel that some of you just have somebody from your past that just there's still that heavy presence, and there's still just kind of healing and cord cutting that needs to be done on that. I hope that makes sense. um, let's get a final oracle card message for you. New moon. Okay, that's good. It's definitely a need to let go of the past, look towards something new. Yep, change your perspective. Yeah. Yeah, this is looking towards new beginnings, trying to have a more optimistic look, seeing the bigger picture of things. Again, I know that's easier said than done, but there's a real need to kind of let go of whatever this past pattern is, whatever this past perception is, this person, whatever it is. But give yourself time to try to see this from a new perspective. Okay, I love you. Bye-bye.